Hey guys, Nakia here in part 2 of our 4-part series. I'm going to talk to you and show you how to go into Georgia MLS to take the tax records we got from video number 1, and we're going to show you how to pull comps out of Georgia MLS to get the best value. So here we go. Now, in video number 1, we talked about there's 4 items that you need in order to do comps: subdivisions, schools, year built, and square footage. We talked about getting our tax records and printing those out. Once you print them out, we want to do a couple things. We want to plus and minus the square footage. We want to plus and minus the year built. We want to put our schools, I put them right here in this corner right here, and then we want to identify our subdivision. So when you do that, and I do it the same way every single time, it's going to look like this. And if you notice down here on the bottom corner, it has the date that we did these. So they may not want to sell the property right now. We're coming from a position of educating and providing value to the clients. And that way, when they get ready to make that informed decision, we will have that information. So we put all this stuff in. Once we get finished, we'll scan this all into one document, save it in the CRM under their file so that we have the information saying, hey, back in January, I did some values on your property. This is what it was valued then, in my opinion, and here's what I think it can sell for now. So let's get started. Remember, we talked about the schools, going to greatschools.org and finding that information. So we did that. So now we're going to go into Georgia MLS. And in Georgia MLS, I click right here on Paragon. And that brings us to this. Now, I'll move my screen over here just a bit. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to search, click on search, and we're going to search residential. The first search that we always want to do, and we're going to do 2 searches. The first search we want to do is always search in the subdivision. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come to status, and all I'm going to do is click sold, right? The next thing I'm going to do is come to county. This house is in Jackson County, so I'm going to click Jackson County. Subdivision, I'm going to put reserve. All right, and notice here it says contains. So it doesn't matter if it's reserve at Liberty Park Reserve, however the agent does it. Reserve in this particular position is the one that I'm searching for. Now, the key to it is coming down here to the very bottom to date criteria. And I want to say status date changed, and I want to change that to 6 months. When we go back 6 months, what that does is any changes to the statuses of listings in the subdivision, it's going to change it for 180 days, which is what we want to look at. There's 3 that match this criteria. We're going to click on search. It's going to pop up to just the normal line here. It looks like there's 2 active in here right now. There's 1 that has sold. So what I'm going to do is on the top right-hand corner where it says reports, I'm going to go to CMA summary, and I'm going to pop it out. Now, there's been 1 that has sold, 2 that are active. The active sales price, average sales price for is $502. The average sales price in that subdivision is $590. It sold $590. But wait a minute. This is Bishop Reserve. This is not Reserve at Liberty Park like these. So what we need to do is come back here and check these 2, and then come over to the left-hand side and click checked. It's only going to show the homes that you have checked. Now, we got apples to apples. No homes have sold in the subdivision. We're going to make note of that. Now, we want to just, all I do right here is I click print, and I get a copy of that right there, and then I just download it so that I can add that to the information. I'm going to put in here GaMLS, subdivision 409 Juniper Court. All right, I'm going to put it on my desktop, and then all I'm going to do for the purposes of this demonstration is I'm going to come right here and I'm going to put it in a tab for us. All right, because we're going to talk about that some more in a minute. Now, let's go back and do outside the subdivision. So we're going to go to search, residential. It's going to pull that up. I'm going to take reserve out. right? I'm going to take reserve out. There's been 1014 in Jackson County that are single family residents have sold in the last 6 months. Now, I'm going to come right here to year built. Now, on our property details, the year built was 2007. We're going to go 3 years front, 3 years back. So in our search, we're going to go 2004, 2010. All right, living room area. I'm going to come back again. I'm going to look at my tax records. It's 2726 to 3688. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2726. I'm going to tap at 3688, and I'm going to come here. Now, what does it say? Schools. Subdivision, we've already done. Schools, year built, square footage. So why do we use schools? Well, schools narrow down searches. In Jackson County, for an example, there's 2 high schools. There's East Jackson High School and Jackson County High School. Now, there's other high schools within the county. You've got Commerce and you've got City of Jefferson. But for the purposes of Jackson County, you've got 2 high schools. You have 2 middle schools. You have West Jackson Middle School and you have East Jackson Middle School. However, you've got multiple elementary schools in pockets. So West Jackson is served by North Jackson Elementary School. It's served by Gum Springs Elementary School. It's served by West Jackson Elementary School. And those 3 go to the middle school, which then go to the high school. So if I'm searching in this elementary school district first, I'm getting the closest apples to apples instead of apples to oranges, because now I'm getting the closest properties that have 2004 to 2010 that have square footage of 2,700 to 3,700 square feet, basically, and they're all in the West Jackson Elementary School District. Now we have 7 comparables, right? So I'm going to click search for that. When I click search, again, they're all in Brazelton, Jefferson area. That Worldway is Belmont Chase. That is a comparable. Now we're going to come over here to reports. We're going to go to CMA summary. Now, 2 properties are for sale, $479, right? We had 5 properties that have sold for an average sales price of $461. Right? And so it's the year built's the same, the square footage is the same. Now what we want to do is we want to print this out, hold this. We're going to download this just like we did before. And we're going to say GaMLS. We're going to say schools, and we're going to say 409 Juniper Court. Now, as far as Georgia MLS is concerned, the average sales price for this particular house is $461,800. Now we add these to the comps that we had before, outside the subdivision and inside the subdivision. We had inside the subdivision there was no solds. We had outside the subdivision there were 5 solds for $461,800. That's how you're going to pull comparables for Georgia MLS. We're going to hold those because in video number 4, we're going to talk to you about how we take the averages of Georgia MLS. We take the averages of FMLS. We average those 2 averages out to get our baseline. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to pull comps in FMLS, and I hope you're finding value in this series. If you have any questions, my email information and contact information will be at the bottom. I look forward to helping you make your real estate career easier and providing comps to your clients. Have a great